to play across 3 Huff and Puff games. So come on over to the birds flying high. Sun in the sky, sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Birds flying high. What's going on, y'all? Double tap and share. Hey, Janny. Gonna wait for some folks to get in here before we get into it. Thank you for the heart me. Just ran so fast here I stubbed my little toe. Don't be doing all that. Chelsea, do you want to come over here so I can show you that I'm not DMing bougie? Oh, Lord. People are probably still at work. Y'all think it's too early to go live? I just don't want to be on all night. Hey, Cole.
Right, so let me interject for 2 seconds. Charming, would you like a box?
Hey, Mush.
Would you like a box?
Hold up, did they treat me like a motherfucking idiot? Like I don't watch other people? Like I don't watch what the fuck going on Fox News? Or any of these networks? Is that how they fucking treated me?
And then I seen a comment earlier where they said that there was it's not that important to you because I've seen you windmilling in the comments since I come in. And let me explain something to you that I don't think you understand. So you said that there's hate on both sides of the aisle. I don't know if you realize there's one aisle right now. It's called fascism. If you don't know.
Oh, these goofballs. We're doing all right, Kimberly. How are you doing today? Oh, you thought that the part 1 and part 2 was bad. Tonight's gonna be the worst part. Tonight's gonna be the worst part. I didn't even get to the bad parts. That's how sad it is. And then they continued today. Hey, lady. Hey, Karma. Share it out, y'all. Double tap. It's gonna get juicy. It's gonna get really, really juicy. We're gonna be part 3. We're gonna be part 3. The rest of this Pastor Petty live from last Wednesday. I'm gonna address Holly Mae. And then we're gonna talk about Bree Miss Unknown and that whole situation. Because I've asked a million times, literally a million times, what I did for them to call me that, and I still don't have an answer. I still don't have a clip of me speaking on Petty's children or child. I don't even know how many kids Petty has. Yeah, it's been days. We're working on 84 years. We're still waiting. Did I hear about last night? I don't know. What happened last night? AK, you should change your name to Bougie. Oh gosh. Oh, period. AK has snacks for everybody. AK has snacks for everybody. Yeah, Pastor Petty's definitely got issues. Yeah, you know how they are though. They say that they can't be. There's no way that they can be the R word. But it's giving. It's giving. I'm gonna play some things that'll probably blow your mind if you haven't seen it. But that's what it's giving. It's giving that they are at WAR with each other, and it's giving that. I don't know. I can't put words to it. It doesn't make sense to me. But they make the topic uncomfortable. They make the topic extremely uncomfortable because they use it as a baseless, false attack on people. And I don't understand that. I don't understand how you pray for people to be educated, but you don't even, number one, you don't even try to educate people. Number two, people are terrified to get educated because look at how y'all act. Look at how y'all act. You want to tell us, well, you can't say this, but the person in the panel next to us told us that's how we should say it. It's literally a revolving fucking door. And yeah, y'all are literally using it as a weapon, and that's sad. That's sad. You're at WAR with each other. You're at WAR with each other, and Bree, I 110% have a video that I'm going to show my audience. Hey, nephew. That I'm going to show my audience that proves that just based off of history, you automatically come out of it with hate in your heart. You don't like us. You don't like us. It's clear. Probably not. Yeah. You can't even say cookies on TikTok without them being like, oh, you're done. And yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. Until TikTok, have never heard that word thrown around so much. I've never heard that word thrown around so much in from so many different directions, from avoiding accountability, basic conversation, trying to silence somebody just because you don't like them. It's like they're trying to implement it into like the cancel culture thing. That's weird to me. That's so weird to me. But you're screaming education at the same time. Literally screaming education at the same time. Y'all can't decide what you want to be called. Y'all can't decide how we should approach it. And sadly, even if we do nothing, you still think that we're that word. And I've had enough, to be honest. Hey, Jamie. I've had enough. And I'm about to show everybody just how out of y'all's minds y'all are. Thank you, Tina. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show everybody how out of your minds y'all are. That you don't make any damn sense. I've been talking for days about how you don't, like, you act a certain way, but the words coming out of your mouth, like, you don't stand for what you say you stand for. You're a complete walking contradiction, and you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing AF. I posted a video today. It's my last TikTok. If you guys haven't seen that, I highly recommend going to watch that. Those parts will come up in the live we're going to finish playing, but you know how they do. Oh, play the whole context. So go ahead and watch that video. And then we will finish watching this YouTube, which will give the full context, because they can't use that as an excuse either, because they meant every fucking word they said. Every word they said, which goes against everything that people should stand for in humanity. Pastor Petty, I'm definitely going to clock you on some quotes too, because the way you said them is not the way that Charlie said them, respectfully. It's not. And that just proves that you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And you're spreading this hate and this weird shit for no reason other than you're uneducated. So there you have it. You, sir, are uneducated. You are teaching your congregation to actually be uneducated and not listen to the word. And that's crazy to me because you're so passionate about it. You're so passionate about it. You're so passionate about Karen on 3rd Street not being able to feed her kids. Right? You're so passionate about Karen on 3rd Street not being able to feed her kids. Your next breath is you care about all. You care about you respect everybody. They just don't respect you. I haven't seen one single fucking respectful thing come out of your mouth. Not one. Thank you, nephew. I love you. Not one. Not one, sir. Not one. And my hope is, my end goal, right? Because I'm not going to argue with you. That's what we're not going to do. I'm not going to debate with you, right? Because we can't compromise with evil. You can't compromise with evil. You can't. My hope is that some of the people that still sit over there will open their eyes and see exactly who you are, and see exactly how inconsistent you are, and see how harmful you lead people and in what direction. Facts. You can't rationalize with irrational people. Yeah. Yeah. And it's sad to me. I could almost guarantee he lost some people. After just what I've seen in the clips that I've posted, I can guarantee that probably a lot of them silently, I can promise you he lost people. Just not because the internet is screaming that you should cry or have sympathy for Charlie Kirk. That's not what it's about. Right? You don't have to feel anything. Nobody's telling you you have to feel something. But you should feel that basic humanity. Like, you know, yeah, I didn't agree with him. I didn't agree with him, but it's really sad that somebody just couldn't express their feelings and their lifestyle and try and encourage people to be better and do better. And he didn't deserve to be unalived while exercising his First Amendment rights, right? That's what humanity tells you. There's plenty of people in history that have passed away, and I gave them the humanity aspect, right? But I also didn't go live and run my mouth and spread hate about it. And that's the problem that I have with y'all. That's exactly what you're doing. What these ladies said is absolutely diabolical. It's absolutely diabolical. I've never heard anything like it. other than from strange people. And the fact that some of us sit in these areas, if you sit in these areas and you hear these clips and you still decide to sit over in those areas, the best I can do is pray for you. The best I can do is pray for you, because that, again, it means birds of a feather flock together, and y'all need therapy. Y'all need deep therapy. How does anyone not feel saddened for the family? I mean, I can understand that some people don't feel the sadness, especially if they didn't know him. Some people didn't even know who he was, and that's okay. But at minimal, the humanity tells you, damn, like, a wife doesn't have a husband. Their kids have to grow up without a father. But I'm gonna play for you, okay? I'm going to play for you how they feel about them babies not having a father. I need everybody to everybody's for sure got to double tap through this. For sure be double tapping. I'm gonna hit play. We're probably gonna go through this a few times tonight as new people come in. I'm gonna hit play, double tap. If you can't hear it, let me know.
How those women sat through that with his stance.
You are a better woman than me, because if anybody willingly went to go see a man like that, I ain't got some people done seen that. They all deserve to get like that.
Well, I mean, you know,
I don't feel bad for them that they had to see that. They should probably be next.
well, maybe it'll change his stance on
I'm gonna start
abortion.
this over. I
He
don't know
has
why
a-
it's so quiet.
How those women sat through that with his stance.
You are a better woman than me, because if anybody willingly went to go see a man like that, I ain't got some people done seen that. They all deserve to get like that. If
Well, I
they
mean, you
dare-
know,
I don't feel bad for them that they had to see that. They should probably be next.
well, maybe it'll change his stance on abortion. He has a baby daughter that he sat on one of his little TED Talks and told a lady straight to her face that if his daughter was raped, then that baby would be a miracle from God. And
So we
he
heard
would
the same thing.
he would make his daughter carry that baby.
But Tommy doesn't care though.
Zero sympathy
Tommy
from
doesn't
me.
care.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It gets worse.
No.
No, but
Maybe
God,
his daughter won't have to grow up with a father that is not going to support her now in case something happens to her when she gets older and she finds herself in a situation.
this ain't it, bro. I got respect for people across the board. You have no respect for me. You have just
Zero. Zero.
You are willing to let everything he said out the window to try to make me feel some type of way. Yeah, go to my. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
Mm,
I'm gonna watch what I say about some of these folks.
Yeah. Yeah, the party for love and hope and equality for all, right? And respect. The fact that you let them ladies sit up there and say all of that, and say that you have respect far and wide for people, is that just in itself should tell people every single thing they need to know about you. Because you didn't correct them at all. You didn't correct them at all. Petty, you also make a statement in another clip where you said, well, Charlie Kirk didn't have sympathy for me. Right? You said that. Let me read you the full quote, sir. Okay? Because this is another common thing that I'm seeing. And what you're doing is you're taking chunks and making him sound like Um, like he's absolutely horrible. You're chopping it up. You're making it what you want to believe instead of what was actually said. Um,
I get where you're coming from, but a couple people in my comments are
Let
not.
me
So
see.
guys, I'm asking you nicely to stop. Stop coming at him.
Instead, it is to say you're actually not in pain. So let's just a little, very short clip. Bill Clinton in the 1990s, it was all about empathy and sympathy. I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that it does a lot of damage, but it is very effective when it comes to politics. Sympathy, I prefer more than empathy. That's a separate topic for a different time. Instead, it is to say you're actually not in pain.
It's not.
So let's just a little, very short clip. Bill Clinton in the 1990s, it was all about empathy and sympathy.
It reads, I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think, wait, no, that's not the one either. That's just a partial on a t-shirt. Y'all are making t-shirts with partial quotes now? Here we go. I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made up New Age term and it does a lot of damage. I much prefer the word compassion, and I much prefer the word sympathy. Empathy is where you try to feel someone's pain and sorrows as if they're your own. Compassion allows for understanding. So again, Pastor Petty, with your interesting congregation, you're misleading people. You're misleading with bullying and hate, and you're calling us fascists. It is diabolical. That makes no sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. I've tried hard to try to make sense of it, but what I've seen from that side in the last week, like there's really not much sense to be made of it. Like you guys are doing this yourselves. I don't understand. I'm gonna play this one more time.
How those women sat through that
Well,
with his stance.
you are a better woman than me. Because if anybody willingly went to go see a man like that, I ain't got sympathy for them seeing that. They all deserve to get like that. If
Well, I
they
mean,
dare
you
see
know,
them, I don't feel bad for them that they had to see that. They should probably be next.
well, maybe it'll
Support-
change his stance on abortion. He has a baby daughter that he sat on one of his little TED Talks and told a lady straight to her face that if his daughter was raped, then that baby would be a miracle from God. And
So we
he
heard
would
the same thing.
his daughter carry that baby.
But Charmy doesn't care though.
Zero sympathy
Charmy
from
doesn't
me.
care.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No.
No, but
Maybe
God,
his daughter won't have to grow up with a father that is not going to support her now in case something happens to her when she gets older and she finds herself in a situation.
this ain't it, bro. I got respect for people across the board. You have no respect for me. You have just
Zero.
You are willing to let everything he said out the window to try to make me feel some type of way. Yeah, go to my. Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
Mm,
I'm gonna watch what I say. That my family is called.
And actually, I have a clip. Did I not send that to my Discord? I have a clip where they also talk about mothers with children. Hold on a second. Love, when you get that in, wait, is it gonna show me sent in here? Let's see. Okay, I think I got it.
Like On Board said, and if you're a woman that has daughters, fuck you too.
Why the fuck?
Like On Board said, and if you're a woman that has daughters, fuck you too.
Why the fuck?
So, like, I feel like the good thing about that is, for that panel, that not one of you has to worry, even before this happened, had to worry about what someone else's kids had to go through. Do you understand? You don't have to worry about what other people's children, how they're raised, what they're taught. Do you understand? Like, y'all talk like you live for everybody. Y'all talk like as if he was saying, if you don't live my lifestyle, then this or that. And I think that that's part of the problem. Is the one thing that Charlie lived his lifestyle by is the very thing that all of you fucking lack. And that's why you're projected so much hate from your heart.
Taking it for nobody, don't get me wrong. But Luval, if you haven't been here and known what all happened in this platform last week, today was
Lord,
a
let's
day
just
to
come.
sit back
I shouldn't have said that.
and read the room.
Whatever our higher
It
power
wasn't
is,
about
I
coming
think
up here.
it's time to unite, and we can make the world a better place. It's not about us anymore. It's about our children times 10 generations. And I'm feeling it. I've been feeling my emotions for a few days now. Unfortunately, I'm not going into all that because, woo-wee. But
Now this woman is gonna get to the fact that she's mourning. She's been mourning Charlie Kirk, right? Hey, Philly. Oh, Philly, I should actually replay this for you. Actually, I think I sent it to you. She's scared to say it. She's scared to say that she feels sad. And she's sitting on Petty's platform. She's scared to say it.
sometimes we just have to shut up and suit up and do for what's next. Right, I'm sorry. I'm in my emotions today, y'all. I'm sitting on my hands too, but I couldn't sit on it. It's been a lot of, no, we don't have to agree, but we're still all humans and we all deserve to live here.
And his eyes go like
anyway,
this.
I'm gonna shut up. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not sorry, damn it. I'm not sorry. I've said sorry too much in my life. No, I'm not. Because when I speak up for my children, as well as anyone else's child,
Is that too loud?
then
What particularly has it? Because I'm not. I
yeah,
don't
here
know
we
what-
go, y'all.
Let me guess. He's using Charlie Kirk for views.
Huh?
He's using Charlie Kirk for views.
No, he's being I don't even know the word for it. They can't stand, they couldn't stand Charlie Kirk. It's one of those, let's misquote him and make him seem like he is like this horrible blah blah blah, and then we're bringing racism into it. I was called racist yesterday. Have you heard the clip?
I've heard a lot of them going around. But one thing I want to point out now is because some of them that are in his life had a problem with people losing their jobs and shit like that for the stuff that they're posting. So I went and I did some looking on my job, for example. When you get hired at a place, they give you rules, regulations, conduct. There's a little thing called the fine print. So if you have a social media account and you post anything that goes against what that company stands for, they have the right to terminate your employment. It doesn't matter if it's private. That is why there's a lot of people I know that have social media accounts that do not use their real names. They use some kind of name and you're like, what's that about? That is so their social media accounts cannot be seen because they also have a habit of inserting foot in mouth. Whether you like Charlie or not, regardless what your personal opinions are, if someone can turn around and do to Charlie what was done to them, people that argued and debated against him who are also public figures, it could also happen to them as well. That is what the internet is not understanding. Now, allegedly, the president is not considering on extending this app because of the amount of hate and the amount of praise a man's death has gotten.
Well, yeah,
And I don't blame him.
yeah. Listen to this. This is just from Petty's. It
And
goes
how this
quick.
woman sat through that
There
with
you
his
go.
stance.
You are a better woman than me. Because if anybody willingly went to go see a man like that, I ain't got sympathy for them seeing that. They all deserve to get like that. If
Well,
they
I mean,
dare
you
see
know,
them, I don't feel bad for them that they had to see that. They should probably be next.
well, maybe it'll
Support-
change his stance on abortion. He has a baby daughter that he sat on one of his little TED Talks and told a lady straight to her face that if his daughter was raped, then that baby would be a miracle from God. And
So we
he
heard
would
the
make
same. We heard the same thing.
his daughter carry that baby.
But Charlie doesn't care though.
Zero sympathy
Charlie
from
doesn't
me.
care.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No.
No, but
Maybe
God.
his daughter won't have to grow up with a father that is not going to support her now in case something happens to her when she gets older and she finds herself like On Board said, and if you're a woman that has daughters, fuck you too.
Oh, wow, they're just a lunch. They should write Hallmark cards. Because they care enough to send it over. So, I mean, here's the thing, okay? Everyone has their convictions, their beliefs, their this, their that.
Ooh, your
I'm
mic.
not, I'm
Something.
not against abortion, but I'm also not for the girls who utilize that as a form of birth control either. Because let's be real, my best friend had a abortion, and her reasons were valid, and I 100% supported it. But then I have a friend whose niece who had a total of 6 of them in 1 year. 1 fucking year. Because she didn't like to wear protection, because she didn't want to get on birth control. So when you have girls like my friend's niece who use and abuse something that is there, if you have a valid reason for that, I get it. But when you have these young, reckless girls that are open, loosey-goosey, 24-7, and they end up pregnant by some guy that they never even fucking met, that like never really knew anything about, I'm going to the clinic. I'm going to the clinic. I'm going to get me Plan B. These are the reasons why abortion is thrown on the table. That's why.
And puppy love, I'm actually not. I'm not trans. I am part of the community, but no, I'm not trans. But here's the thing. I'm emotionally and mentally intelligent enough and non-biased that I heard and I understood Charlie's message. Even if I didn't agree with every single thing, I understood him. And I understood that he was exercising his First Amendment right. I would listen to his quotes in full instead of chopping them up to make him look horrible.
Well, I mean, I'm also going to throw this out there too, MJ, because I wasn't like a real support. Like, I've seen clips of his, but the last couple of days, yeah, I did a deep dive because I'm that person. If you tell me somebody said something, I'm going to go look for the origins. That's just how it is. Okay? He did a lot of homework on things. He didn't just shoot his mouth. He did homework. He didn't just find that there were girls using, abusing, a medical procedure. There was also young girls that had one procedure, and because of something went wrong in that procedure, they weren't able to have children ever again. So this man looked at everything from many different directions. Yes, he was a Christian. He saw children as a gift from God. That is what he saw. I understand where people come from. Like if my daughter came to me and told me that somebody did something to her, my first question is going to be, how do you want to handle this? That's what goes on in my home. The problem is that everybody that is coming on this internet trying to drag this man. You just want to talk about empathy. The man had no empathy. Let me explain to you about empathy, and then maybe you'll get an idea. When I lost my husband and I were very much in love with each other. My husband was my whole life. He was everything to my kids. And then one day, he was gone. Okay, I've said it before. I don't wish that shit on nobody. But for somebody to turn around and say, I have empathy for you, but you're still young enough to find someone. That's the empathy he's talking about. That's a fake ass fucking emotion. People that were sympathetic to my situation, either they went through it or they have someone that went through it and they saw the aspects of that, were sympathetic and had compassion of the fact that I just lost the love of my life. A person that was empathetic, well, I feel bad for you, but you're still young. You can start dating soon. Treating it like we had broken up, not that he had died.
Yeah, see, and that's where Petty did it earlier today. I have the clip where he misquotes him, saying, well, he didn't have any empathy or sympathy for me, and so I read the full quote of what Charlie said. I can't stand the word empathy. I actually think empathy is a made-up New Age term, and it does a lot of damage. I much prefer the word compassion, and I much prefer the word sympathy. Empathy is where you try to feel someone's pain and sorrows as if they're your own. Compassion allows for understanding. But they leave all that out. He's saying he's trying to understand you, not try to put himself in a position where he feels your pain because he can't. We say that all the time.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff. Like there was a woman on the Book of Face, and she was arguing on this post. They were saying something he said at one of his debates. And the woman turned around and said, I'm very much a liberal, but I was there. That's not what he said. That's not what he did. She even posted a picture and said, with an arrow pointing down, this is me sitting right here. And the guy was arguing with her. And she said, how are you going to argue with me when I just told you I was there? I didn't like the guy, but that's not what he said.
Yeah.
So, you on every form of social media, you have people that are just going to town on a man that just lost his life. And then the way people are telling his wife how to handle losing her husband, until you walk the days in someone's shoes where they just lost their partner, then you can sit there and be an expert in telling people how to feel it. She is trying to get it together. This woman will not get the final shock that her husband is gone until the moment he's put in the ground. That's when it's really going to hit her. And the fact that people are harassing her, that's fucking nuts. But the same people that are doing this shit, it's a different story when it happens to them.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Amy, you bring up a good point. So they act like, oh, okay, well, 2 events happened that day, and for the last 70 years, all this shit's happened, but why isn't that on the news? And I think that they seem to forget. It's on video. It happened on a college fucking campus in front of all different age types. It was very public. It's very traumatizing. And it's horrible. But it doesn't mean that people don't have compassion for all the other things going on. I feel like they feel like because we publicly talk about one thing or another when we decide to, that it's like we just don't care about anything else. And then they want to start comparing it to situations. Like,
let me remind you, okay? Because you guys, I know I don't dabble in the fucking politics, but I'm a fucking human, and right is right and wrong is wrong.
Period.
Okay, the same people that are sitting there celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk are also the same people that said that little girls in Texas deserve to get washed away in a flood. They're
Right.
also the same people that come on the internet every time we get a devastating hurricane down in these parts and people are missing or unalive due to a fucking natural disaster. Oh, yep, we got them. We got those racists. We got this. Let me explain something as somebody who doesn't dabble in politics. I live in a red state, but just because I live in a red state doesn't mean it's a full red state. There are people that live in a red state that are not part of that affiliation. I don't get involved in fucking politics. I've walked away from politics. I will never walk in a voting booth again because it's a fucking shit show. And I stand where I stand on that. So to turn around and say that about people when you don't even know who the victims were, what their fucking political background was whatsoever, who gives a fuck? A life is a life. These are the same people that want to sit there and tell you compassion and this and that, but have none. They're only compassionate to people that feel and act and behave the same way they do. The second you challenge them, you're the enemy.
Yep. And Bear, I know I just typed it out. You said that you didn't see that with the disasters. The things I saw during the flood in Texas, from that side was some of the, I mean, it was viral. It was everywhere. You had school teachers, kindergarten teachers, pediatricians. You had all kinds of people saying like the most outrageous things you could possibly say about children.
Yep.
Because it was children, and they didn't even hesitate. They didn't even
Now
hesitate.
here's the funny part, since you brought up the kids, okay, that Camp Mystic. Now that Sadie Perkins, and I'm gonna say Sadie Perkins because that's how you spell Sadie, but anyhow, she's the one that really popped it all off with Camp Mystic. Is she actually did her homework looking for that token person, and those were her words, she would have found that camp had a man by the name of J.C. Maddox. He was a black man that worked for that camp for over 30 years. That man became very inspirational and influential to not just his co-workers, the owners, but to the families and the kids that camped there. They posted on a private FB Live his funeral when he passed away because they had too many camping families that did not live close by. This way they could pay respects to JC. You had to have a password in order to access this man's funeral. She called that a racist camp. Okay, racists do not sit there and glorify somebody from another race. They showed nothing but love and admiration. There was another woman by, her last name was Bell. She was a woman that worked there, also cooked for the camp. The kids absolutely loved her. They have had different children there from different races, but because Sadie Perkins found a couple pictures that the majority were YT kids, that was the narrative to back up the fact that she said that children deserved what happened to them.
Because don't forget the part where because their parents voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Like when Hurricane Helene came rolling through and did all that damage up in North South Carolina, all the mountain areas.
Yeah.
I don't recall this person's missing, but they voted for Trump. This person's missing, but they voted for Trump. I didn't realize that our voters registration pops up when we pass away. That's something new. Shit, I am getting old. Here's the thing. The best way that I can put this, and this is the best way I'm going to put this, we all live different experiences. We all have our passions. We all view life differently. We live differently. Okay? Perfect example. I lived in Philadelphia my whole life. I was exposed to a lot of urban shit. I live in the fucking sticks of Florida. It's very different down here. People thought that things we did up north were weird. Things I thought they did down here was weird. But that didn't mean I'm going to judge people, and they didn't judge me. I've tried things down here, experiencing things down here that I couldn't experience up there because I was willing to go into a situation with an open mind. A lot of people aren't willing to do that. If people want to debate, that's fine. One thing that I will give Charlie credit when it came to his debates, he would sit there quietly and let somebody talk. The only time that man ever cut somebody off mid-sentence is when they were putting out something offensive or something that was not true. That one conservative that he destroyed because he had so much to say that gay people are against God, he annihilated him. He said, first off, I am a Christian, but being a Christian, I was also taught kindness and love and compassion. And that is what a Christian is supposed to be. You're not a Christian, you're not a conservative. Being someone who was raised Catholic, the golden rule, do unto others as they have done to you. I am a bisexual woman. I am the B in the LGB.
Yeah.
And being raised Catholic, I was taught you treat people how they want to treat you. I was taught kindness. I don't have the right to judge anybody. If somebody has to judge, it's the man upstairs. That is not my place on this earth to do that. And I have lived a life of not judging people. I judge you on your character, your behavior, and the way you treat others. You act like an asshole, I will treat you like an asshole. You act like a decent person, I will treat you like a decent person. Vice fucking versa. But in today's world, we can't do that because everybody gets triggered when they get held accountable for their behavior.
Yep.
So just say I'm going to start a GoFundMe, right? And this is a joke, but I'm going to start a GoFundMe. And we're going to raise up money. And I'm going to try to raise up enough money to buy one state. You pick a state. You want 4 seasons of the month? You want to be able to go through spring, summer, winter, fall? Fine, we can do that. And that state is going to be all the people that are fed up, tired of the left, the right, all that other shit. They just want to live their fucking best life and raise their babies. Who's with me?
Everybody.
Who's with me? That tastes like shit. I'm number 1.
Everybody. All right.
I'm over it.
You. I'm gonna drop you down and get through some of these clips. I have a few things I need to cover, but
I'm just going to drop myself down anyway because I have to cook the dinners.
oh, okay. What time's dinner?
Actually now I'm making chicken Caesar salad for dinner.
All right, we'll be there.
Okay, I got a plate for you. Tell Amber to bring the napkins and the cups.
Got you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
I appreciate it. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Bye, everyone.
Them to emotionally hijack the narrative.
Okay, but at the end of the
Charlie Kirk also
Patty,
said don't have any empathy for me.
And right there's where he says it.
Them to emotionally hijack the narrative.
okay, but at the end of the
Charlie Kirk also
Patty,
said don't have any empathy for me.
but for you or the African American community, what do
I'm
you?
not the African American community. I'm American.
I'm saying, you just said, I didn't mean that with disrespect.
American.
I'm saying,
Across the board.
hell, I'm American. I'm Italian
I don't
too.
like, I don't like
Okay,
that.
now,
That's
look,
where
don't.
separation comes in. I'm American.
Hell, we both are, and I'm a descendant from Europe and whatever, Scotland.
So,
Honey, I shouldn't even be over here.
European American. We don't call you European.
Well, whatever.
but
Look at here. I'm not.
wrong is wrong across the board.
Okay.
Wrong.
Listen to your own words, Petty. Wrong is wrong across the board. You literally, you contradict every single thing you say. You are actually projecting what your message is.
I am tired.
I'm not gonna.
Sister Patty.
I understand.
Patty, come on now. It's me now. Look here. I am tired of all this lingo. I am tired.
Listen, you're
Okay.
ready to talk and not listen.
I know. I am. I'm just hurt.
That's been a problem with my platform. I've been listening.
Okay.
I've been
Yeah.
listening, and I haven't. You haven't got the message, and I need people to get it.
You can and make me a.
Do you understand?
Hey,
The
if you
person-
need to.
You've been listening, but you're acting like something you're actually not. That's the scary part. That's the extremely scary part, sir.
Do that, that's
Do
fine.
you understand that the person who you are coming up having sympathy for is a white Christian nationalist? And to me, that's the same as the KKK. Do you understand that?
Well, then I apologize. All I see.
Hold on, no, Lamar. Do you
Let
understand?
me. You just asked. No.
I need
You
a
just
yes-
asked
I
me
need
a
a yes
question,
or no.
Patty.
No, I need a yes or no. Do you understand that white Christian nationalist to me is the same as the KKK? Do you understand that?
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I will have to go back
You
here.
have to go do your research.
Okay.
Not blocking you. Make sure you go do your research.
And then he blocks her. She said, I don't believe that, and he blocked her. You're harmful, sir. You speak as if being Christian and following values is destructive. And it makes sense to me that that's what you would believe because of everything that you practice in real life. And I went through these the other day, but Fidelity was the first one. All them little websites you're on, and that's why you got primarily female viewers. Because a lot of them have come forward. The woman you were exchanging you know what's with, and you're doing this, and you're sharing your videos, and you have a wife and family, but you practice infidelity. There's a whole list of shit about you, okay? There's a whole list of shit about you, sir, that doesn't follow what the Christian movement to its core doesn't follow. Like, and so I understand why you're the way you are. I understand it because it's your lifestyle, sir. It's your lifestyle, but that's not everybody else's problem. And it definitely wasn't fucking Charlie Kirk's. Like, it definitely wasn't Charlie Kirk's. All these narratives that you've spun about that kid, but if you actually, and I highly encourage his viewers, when you see things on TikTok and you see people dropping little quotes or saying he said this, I beg you to go find the actual video and get the full context. I beg you to. Because when you do, you'll hear the logic behind it. If there's anybody in here that's heard something and they fully believed it because of something someone else said and you want to hear the full context, the full debate, let me know and I'll pull it up and I'll play it for you. From trans, they keep calling him racist. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Common practice of the left is deflection of accountability. He seems to be leaning. They all do. They all do. Every single person that I'm familiar with on TikTok, on this side of the FYP, that has had this similar reaction about that man who had his life taken very publicly on a college campus, and they somehow find a reason that it's justified. They all have the same things in common. And that's the scary part. Charlie didn't project hate. He brought knowledge. He brought college kids out of the house, away from the iPads that most of you probably stuck your kids with, and challenged their mind. That's what he did. He challenged their mind. And his best friend was Candace Owens. Yeah, listen, and it's not even about Candace, right? You can go through videos. There are so many videos. There's just so many videos. There's so many debates that just prove that that's wrong. And the fact that they are so hell-bent on calling everybody the R word because they're mad is just, it's sending such a horrible message. It's sending such a horrible message. It makes people not want to get educated. It makes people scared of the topic because you're literally taking the topic and you're using it as a weapon. Just like you did, Bree. Because I asked you flat out. I asked for your friends to come here. I went over there and tried to ask you, and I couldn't get a solid answer of why you called me that. But I figured it out because you continued to yap your mouth. Love, can you download that clip and send it to Discord so I can play it? The mashup video I did? I'll tell you why. I'm going to let you listen to it for yourself. Even if you think I'm giving word salad right now, I'm literally going to show you exactly what I mean, because the girl couldn't give me an answer. Just like Miss Unknown, just like you haven't shown back up over here, because this is what y'all do, right? You band together, you hop on bandwagons. You just hop on the bandwagon. And the scary thing is you're the same groups of people that throw that word out there like it's nothing. You don't educate people. You just want to pick them apart so that you can call them the word, so that you can be part of this cancel culture and have something to talk about. Your war is with yourselves at this point, and I'm just gonna flat out say it, and I don't even feel bad for saying it. I've seen it way too much. Way too much. I'm gonna play it right now.
Sometimes it be, listen, talking about
not.
like I know about black.
Is it this one? I don't think it's this one, love. It's the other one I did. Or does this have both of them? We'll play this one. Hold on.
History, but talking about black history, it really fucking like.
I'm gonna rewind it. This is the lady that called me the R word.
Sometimes it be, listen, talking about like I know about black history, but talking about black history, it really fucking like it is. So I try to stay away from it. Do I know about my history? Do I study about my history? Yes, not to y'all. Sometimes I be looking at like stuff and like that happened in the past and be ready to just go out. And now I'm being mean to the first YT person I see, and I don't want to do that. So I try and be ready to just go out. Stay away from it. Do I know about my history? Do I study about my history? Yes, not to y'all. Sometimes I be looking at like stuff and like that happened in the past and be ready to just go out. And now I'm being mean to the first YT person I see, and I don't want to.
Did anybody else hear what I heard? So you're mad at me and you're mad at us for something that happened 167 years ago, is what you're saying. You didn't bring all this on and call me that word until I started covering Petty's live, talking about just basic humanity. And you think that the color of his skin is why I'm doing that, is my assumption? Because let me tell you something, if you know anything about me, I've had people from all walks of life that I do this. It's based on your character, not your skin color. And you literally just admitted it, and that's foul. You send a horrible message. You're sending a horrible, horrible, rotten message. Like, but you're not the only one. You're not the only one, because Petty's doing it too. And I've seen it from many more creators. And you know what else I've seen equally? Thousands of black creators calling people like you out for doing that. That's also what I've seen. And I've been flooding my stories with them, because what y'all are doing and what y'all are saying is not okay. It's not okay. And it should not be excused. Those were her words. Those were her words. You admit that you don't even like to study your own history. But when you do, as a result, you just want to be mean to all of us. But racism doesn't go both ways, right?
I be looking at like stuff and like that happened in the past and be ready to just go out. And now I'm being mean to the first YT person I see, and I don't want to do that.
So Petty, and okay, so let's put it this way, Petty. So you want to bring up all this old stuff, right? Oh, well, why isn't this being covered? And why isn't this being covered, right? Bree, you as well. You both want to throw out the R word, but you know what story that I haven't seen either one of y'all talk about? How about the girl that was unalived on a bus not long ago? And everybody sat there. Everybody sat there. None of them did anything to help that girl. Nothing. Nothing. Sat on phones, recorded it, offered her no assistance. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about it? Because it just, I don't know. At this point, the math ain't mathing for me. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of having to watch people tiptoe around it because you guys just use it as a weapon, literally. You use it as a weapon. You guys keep bringing up all these police brutality, this, and police brutality, this. What about Tyree Nichols? What about the story of Tyree Nichols? You keep projecting a story of it, it's always white cops. What about Tyree Nichols? Why don't you talk about that story, Petty? Bree, why don't you talk about that story? And I'll add to it, Holly Mae, why don't you talk about that story? Because yesterday on live, that's all you were doing was trying to bring up examples. Why don't you talk about Tyree Nichols? Why don't you talk about the girl who was just trying to make it and survive from her country, who got unalived by a man on a bus, and equally none of them helped her. Nobody else around helped her. Why don't you all talk about those stories? I'll tell you why. Because you like the narrative. That's why. It's the same exact reason why you call me racist, and the same exact reason why you toss that word out and use it like a weapon. Let me play it one more time.
Do I know about my history? Do I study about my history? Yes, not to y'all. Sometimes I be looking at like stuff and like that happened in the past and be ready to just go out. And now I'm being mean to the first YT person I see, and I don't want to do that. So I try not to look at.
Pretty sure it was a bus. Matter of fact, I'm 99% sure it was a bus. Light rail train. Okay, you're right. So I was 99% wrong. And then I researched it and realized I was 100% wrong. So rail train. Yeah. Irina Zarutska. Why are none of you talking about that situation? Right? Let's keep playing these.
Entries on white Christian nationalists and how it's the same as Nazism. Do you understand that? The problem with my platform, and I'm realizing, I have always let y'all talk. I have always let y'all talk. I've always been of the listening ear. I've never tried to drive my point across.
Yeah, it's about time that you start talking more so that everybody can keep seeing your true colors, as if they hadn't seen them more already. And if you still sit with him after this, all this stuff comes out, birds of a feather. Birds of a feather, and that's frightening. Because you're doing exactly what we need to stop in order for the nonsense to stop. But you guys are just fueling it. I think they didn't get the lesson of like if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything at all. By not doing that, you're essentially celebrating. But that again, that's the same guy that holds funeral lives for people who are very much still living, based off of a hypocritical situation. Because Petty, I forgot to ask you, have you seen that video of Ratina yet? Have you seen that? I'm interested to know what your GoFundMe thoughts are on that, sir.
Never, ever, 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 ever. Hey, Mook, what's up? Nationalist before
Well, no, not really. It's not really about Christian nationalists, but it's more regarding why people aren't feeling bad about what is happening or how people are saying it was so gruesome and people aren't understanding why and blah, blah, blah.
No, this is a European identity conflict going on right now.
Okay.
You hear me? There's no video gonna make a person of European descent unfeel the way they feel. They feel like
You're right.
person looks.
You're right. You're right. Okay, Petty.
Yeah, there is no unfeeling for them because
What does that
there's no
mean?
unfeeling that
What does that mean? What does that mean? You can't speak for everybody, Petty. If you're speaking melanin, you can't speak for everybody. Because I see more people telling folks like you in this message you're spreading that you're full of it.
at all because now they don't have a person to point to that is not of color. They're looking at the shooter, and now they're looking around for somebody else to be that. Even their governor said that. I wish it was somebody else, and they're mad with us because it's not.
I know.
So at the end of the day, they can't unsee what happened, and they don't want really to hear what the hell we got to say. And
You're right, they don't. I don't know why I'm trying.
They feel like that's a Christian man, even though it's a white Christian nationalist. Whatever the hell he was saying, they don't really care. To them, their sympathy lies in, oh, it's somebody that looks like me that was unalive.
Right.
No, every day.
So what are you, Petty? If a man who put his wife first and his family first in education and getting out and creating a foundation and all this stuff, if you think he's that and you practice infidelity and you practice everything the opposite of what he did, what would that make you? Have you ever asked yourself that? What would that make you? While you're getting videos from that little site you do and you're sending them to another woman that's not your wife, then what does that make you if you say that about him? If he is a practiced Christian man that puts his wife and his family and his priorities and responsibilities first, to just be a good man. Even if people didn't agree with him, he still just wanted to be a good man. Debates were how he felt. He did research. I don't have a Discord, Bougie. I don't have Discords. I don't do all that. I don't like Discord. I've got a couple of my mods and then Amber, and that's about it. What does that make you, Petty? What does that make you? If you feel that way about him, and the fact that he respected college kids and wanted to take his knowledge and research and debate these kids to maybe open and broaden their minds. Let's be real, you don't watch his debates. You don't watch his debates because if you did, your message online would be completely different. It would be completely different. I have Discord, I just don't do groups in Discord. Like anybody kind of like Messenger or any of those, like people can message me on Discord. But yeah, I'm curious for you to answer that, Petty. If you feel that way about him, knowing his lifestyle, his family orientation, and what he stood for at the end of the day, which was very Christian oriented, then what does that make you?
Because I've never said a mean thing about anybody, no matter where you were born, how you were raised. I shouldn't even have to say that. Because you should know me better than that. I'm not out here pushing violence. Lord Jesus. You know what happened? You know what happened in this country when black people decided to unite and form a party called the Black Panther Party? You didn't like it. You didn't like when they was taking care and feeding children. You didn't like it. You didn't like it. You didn't like that they came up with the school lunch program. You didn't like it at all. At all. You didn't like it. You took these people out. You dismantled them. But you can't. When
Charlie Kirk was debating this kid from, I think it was Texas A&M. And the kid was going on and on and on. And Charlie asked this question, and I love this question. He asked him, what opportunities do you have, or what opportunities do I have that you don't have? What opportunities do I have that you don't have? And then he basically sums it up with, you have choices. Every single person has choices, and what your outcome is going to depend on the choices that you make for yourself. Do you want out or do you not want out? And I think you guys act like if you're YT, we grew up rich. I'm YT and I grew up poor as hell. We didn't have anything when I was a kid. Hand-me-down clothes, most of the time no power, like food banks, Salvation Army, and you were live with the lady. You were live. It's actually in the last Wednesday's live, where she literally says it out of her mouth. They wouldn't understand because they didn't have to go through that. How do you know? How do you know? Unless you have a conversation with somebody on their past and the things that they have gone through, how would you know? And what you're saying is projecting hate, because you're projecting it as if it applies to everybody. Literally, you say it and project it as if it applies to everybody. And it doesn't. It really doesn't. I grew up with nothing, but you know what I did? I hit a certain age, I went through some things and I learned some lessons, and then you know what I did? I made a choice to make a change. I made a choice to be better because I knew that what I came from, that it was the struggle. It was hard. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be comfortable. Stability. Stability was my end goal in life. I just wanted stability because I lacked it so much as a child. I did everything I could as an adult to work for stability. Choices. Perfect, Jack and Joe. Choices have consequences.
When they saying they white Christian nationalists and they want a white country.
You hate us. You hate us. Y'all hate us. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because some of us probably struggled more than you ever did. To be real, Petty. To be realistic. Petty, did you grow up with parents? Did you grow up with both your parents, or did you grow up with one parent or the other? I ask you this because if you grew up even with one part, like one parent or the other, you already had it better than I did. Like,
You can't see past the Christianity. You can't see past that. Oh, we all brothers in Christ. No, there is a separation of what God is and what Jesus.
who y'all hate us? I don't understand that question. Are you talking about Bree and Petty? That's who I'm talking about. That's who I've seen in the past 2 days express more hate for no reason than I've ever seen in my life. I can play the clip if you don't believe me. I'm asking, who are you saying hate us? Right now I'm saying Bree and Petty. Like, it's just instilled in their mind. Like, they have this ideology of just, yeah, it's, I don't know. If you've been here to hear the clips. If not, we're
is to
playing them.
everybody. And to you, white Christian nationalists, Jesus only want white people and people of European descent. Jesus is not a man of brown.
I'll scroll down and play the clip. What am I looking for? This one. Listen close. This is the girl that called me racist a couple days ago.
At it. I try not to. Sometimes it just be. It be. Listen, talking about like I know about Black history, but talking about Black history, it really fucking like it is. So I try to stay away from it. Do I know about my history? Do I study about my history? Yes, not to y'all. Sometimes I be looking at like stuff and like that happened in the past and be ready to just go out. And now I'm being mean to the first YT person I see it. I don't want to do that. So I try not to look at it. I try not to watch it. I try not to.
So did you hear that? Because I've replayed it and I hear it clear every time. And her message is very clear.
People of color, Hispanic, Black, whatever descent, are getting taken away from their families. Police are gunning them down in the street. Nobody cares. They don't care. Every day, a person of color is getting boomed by the police.
Exactly.
They don't care about that. They
Listen. Again, Petty, why haven't you brought up the story of Irina Zarutska? Why haven't you talked about? Have you talked about that with your congregation, sir? Have you played them the video of what happened there? And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. What I'm saying is that you're projecting a one-sided message. You're projecting a one-sided message. And that's harmful, is what I'm saying. Like, it's harmful. It's very harmful. You're projecting it as if it doesn't happen from many different angles.
Because I've never said a mean thing about anybody, no matter where you were born, how you were raised. I shouldn't even have to say that. Because you should know me better than that. I'm not out here pushing violence. Lord Jesus. You know what happened? You know what happened in this country? When Black people decided to unite and form a party called the Black Panther. You can't see past that. Oh, we all brothers in Christ. No, there is a separation of what God is and what Jesus is to everybody. And to you, white Christian nationalists, Jesus only want white people and people of European descent. Jesus is not a man of brown. The hell, I forgot his damn name. It's the painter's nephew And you can't see beyond that because Jesus don't accept everybody.
Petty, did you let them know that one of the head people from Black Lives Matter got indicted for stealing the money? Did you let them know that? Since you're projecting this message as if it's one-sided, did you let them know that one of the head people from the Black Lives Matter movement got indicted for exactly what your platform stands against? You're projecting this so one-sided, and it's hateful. It's hateful. You instill fear in people of your own history, and it's so sad.
When it comes to white Christian nationalism, Kendra.
Can you hear me? First off, I just want to address a comment because I don't know if Lovebug got blocked, but there is a account in the comments called Lovebug. He did not deserve this. Nobody deserves to unalive. But my thing is, Lovebug, with you being a parent, you're not going to come up here and talk about the babies that unalive that same day. That same day. You're not going to be mad about them. Where's the outrage for them? Where's the outrage for the babies? Where's the outrage?
Who are you to tell people what they need to be outraged about? Who are you to tell people what trauma should trigger them differently? Who are you to tell people how many things they should handle at once? Why are you yelling at these people for feeling how they feel while simultaneously saying that you're not projecting hate? Who are you to decide how any given person deals with what on what day and at what time they feel like they can handle it? Y'all are crazy.
For anybody to
They don't know. They don't know, Kendra. The only
because
thing.
they're too blinded by him. I get that, but what the fuck is the point? How is he more special than anybody?
No, it was explained to me very well today.
Like, that's all I want to point out, and I'm gonna hop down because I'm fucking driving. But y'all really got me fucking blown. Y'all real quick say he didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve this. No, nobody does. Get the fuck out of here.
What came across their news feed was not Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all go
listen,
live it.
sir. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I was flipping in between. When I got off live, they were both. They were both. Do you guys just stick to one news? Do y'all just stick to like one news channel? How many things at one time do you think that news channels can broadcast? Because it was on the news. Both things were on the news. That's insanity.
Hey, kids is one thing I stick up for. Now, don't get it twisted, sister.
Oh, do you know about
Don't
Colorado?
get it twisted.
Do you even were you listening or were you coming to
I
respond?
was, and I'm here to learn.
Do you know about Colorado?
Yes. Do you know that I was?
It happened the same day.
They did. Absolutely. Do you know how many school shootings we've already had this year?
You're listening to respond. This is the problem.
You're not even letting her talk.
Okay.
She has an opposing opinion of you. You already know that when you let her back up in the box after you already dropped her. You had already dropped her once and told her that you were going to block her. Right? You understand she's upset. She's a human. She has feelings and emotions and opinions too, but you don't want to hear them because you're biased already. That's clear.
If you
completely disregarded her feelings.
Read the chapter, please leave. Go read the chapter. Go find out what the hell we talking about. Go read it.
He's a human being. He's a father.
Go read the chapter.
He's a father, man.
Go read the chapter.
He didn't deserve to die like that, y'all.
Go read the chapter.
He dropped her again. She was saying he is a father and he did not deserve to unalive like that. And he's talking over her, telling her to go read the chapter, and then he drops her.
Hi, I just came up here and I just have two questions. Why is it that people of color are always expected to not show outrage, not show pain? We are always expected to coddle.
Likewise. Why is it that when we do, we get called racist? Likewise.
Why is it that? And two, where was that empathy and that love for the thousands of families who had families and who had wives and who were husbands that got ripped away from their families. I saw a bunch of people making fun of that. Where was that empathy?
Are you talking about the Texas floods, ma'am? Are you talking about the Texas floods where the people were going viral for saying that the kids deserved it because their parents voted for Trump? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Which instance are you talking about? Because there seems to only be one side that goes viral when some foul shit happens.
Where was that kindness? Where was that love? They were fathers. Some of these people got sent to places that they have never been before.
Surprised they haven't come after you yet. Oh, they have. They have, but what argument do they have? What argument do they have? What argument do they have? Logic? Clearly none of them think logically. They did come at me. That's how I got called the R word. That was their defense against my logic. When I'm non-biased and I just believe in right is right and wrong is wrong, and I do believe in humanity and compassion. That's what I got called. They don't have an argument. In order to argue with me, they'd have to listen to some of the debates and the clips, the things that they already refuse to watch to understand. And they won't do that because that would require a resolution, and you cannot compromise with evil. You cannot compromise with evil. Look at him. He's dropped that lady twice out of a panel for showing emotion, for showing humanity, for just showing her opinion on the fact that he was a father and a husband, and he was exercising his First Amendment right, just like you goofballs have, and he was unalive for it. Y'all shouldn't be sitting online doing this. You should be scared. We all should be. That's why this is so traumatizing to people. Because what did he do? Charlie Kirk never hurt anybody. Your feelings? Did he hurt your feelings? Is that what he hurt? Oh. Like, come on, people.
Some of these people will never see their families again. Where was that empathy for the children of Gaza? Now we are expected to have empathy because it applies to you? No.
I don't know who this is in the box because I can't tell. And since you guys hate him so much, are you up to par with the fact that he was combating the U.S. and his opinion on Israel and that whole thing? Are you up to hip with that? Or are you guys so biased that you didn't even research it? Oh, it's Bruja. Awesome. Jesus fuck.
They care about the person that looks like them.
You're right. You're right.
That's so disappointing.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
No video. There's no video going to help them. They need God and they need more education.
And I still stand on it. Likewise. Why is it that when we debate and give our opinion and bring logic and humanity to shit, that likewise to exactly what you said.
The hell, I forgot his damn name. It's the painter's nephew, and you can't see beyond that because Jesus don't accept everybody when it comes to white Christian nationalism. Kendra?
Can you hear me? First off, I just want to address a comment because I don't know it.
Okay, we already played that one.
I'm listening. Hey, I'm here. I'm here.
How can you be your brother in Christ if said individual only believed in white Christianity? Is that what you believe in?
Absolutely not. I never saw that from him, and I've watched it.
That's what he claims. I really think people should do their research when it comes to white nationalists.
But he still didn't deserve to pass away like that. And people.
Can somebody tell me if I'm tripping? Did Charlie Kirk ever say that? Who do I ask? Because you literally just said that's what he said. Oh my. God. Yeah, facts. They love to do that.
People are making a mockery of it.
I don't believe Malcolm X deserved the chance the way that he did, and nor did Martin Luther King.
Okay.
And they definitely believed in every little boy and girl. I mean, Martin Luther King definitely did a speech on Washington on every boy and girl uniting versus your brother in Christ did not believe in every boy and girl coming together and uniting. And Martin Luther King.
Somebody just said Petty made a mockery of it a half hour ago. It happened, sis.
Martin Luther King was not black.
Hey, I love. Hey,
do you notice how she calls it out? She reads the comment where somebody said that Petty made a mockery of it 30 minutes ago. It happened, sis, and he just keeps talking. He doesn't address it.
I went to a private Christian academy, and that's the first thing we learned was Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, among other people. When are we going to stop doing the racist?
Well, it's not a racist thing. It's pretty much. Well, it's pretty much. I mean, we might as well go here. It's
okay, that's fine. You know, and look, I'm not as educated. I'm just a simple white mother living in South Georgia.
But education is a passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. Are you actually preparing for the future by not being willfully ignorant to what the person who passed away was saying?
I absolutely agree with what you're saying. That's why
that was Malcolm X. This is also Malcolm X. Sometimes you have to pick up the gun to put the gun down.
Why we got to even pick up a gun to begin with?
I don't know. Charlie said, if you want to know what Charlie
be careful.
said, Charlie, his words when it came to guns. Let's see what his words were.
Okay.
Please do. Because Charlie had his own.
I'm still your friend, and I'm still going to be your friend.
Charlie believes.
Say it right, Petty.
Just children should watch public executions.
Absolutely, I don't agree with that.
I mean, this is your brother in white Christian nationality. He believed that children should watch them.
Wow. I want to get to what he says, if he says it, about what Charlie said about pew-pews. That's a bold statement. Trying to find a video.
I want to see him on a public block and get him be publicly executed. And I think that would be justice. You think children should have, you should see, what is the age? At what age should you start to see public executions?
16. I think you could do it earlier. I think you maybe at age 12, whenever 6th grade or so, you are a person, they're old enough to you don't need to like really.
That's not
wallow in
Charlie
it and
saying
have
that,
them
by
be
the way.
broken on a wheel or anything.
That was
But
Blake
if
Neff.
it was something like chopping, if we had a guillotine or something,
I want to watch that execution. That'll make my day better. I want to see him on a public block and.
So that statement was Charlie Neff, or whatever that Neff kid. But that's where the clip ends. I don't know. How do I find the rest of that?
Be quick. It should be televised. Wait, and this is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised.
My bad. I'm trying to find something to where he says it, because that's not Charlie speaking. So I wanna see. I'm trying to find where I can find his response, like a full. I want the full.
This is my other problem with death penalty. It takes too long, too many
Too
appeals.
expensive.
It should be public. It should be quick. It should be televised.
Honestly, that's like what we should be doing. And I agree. It should be public
And
should be public
televised.
square.
By the way, you could fund
force
the
kids
government
to watch it.
You could have like brought to.
Bruja, let me ask you something. Bruja, do you think I'm racist? Do you think I've ever been racist? Two questions. Do you think I'm racist? And do you agree with all that word salad that Petty was giving?
you are a person, they're old enough to, you don't need to like really wallow in it and have them be broken on a wheel or anything. But if it was something like chopping, if we had a guillotine or something, we have kids who are 14 who are committing carjackings in
100%.
cities and doing
Yes.
bad stuff. And I think
Yeah, you're
if
probably
you sent the
right.
message to them, if you do a bad crime, you will die, and it will be like this, and that
No,
will
but
be
just-
you.
But I think it
would be
tears
a
down.
positive message.
So my argument would be younger people get involved with that because they're around older people who do those things.
I want you to imagine
Exactly.
every day, all of a sudden they said, and today, remember that awful the guy that went and shot up a school? Because, the left hates school shooters, and so do we. But they focus on the gun. I think they're evil. So, you take one of these school shooters, and they say, today we're going to publicly execute this person. And they read off
Super Bowl.
No, yeah, the shooters at the Super Bowl thing, and you
Double
read
tap,
off what
double
they
tap.
did.
Great.
And you don't celebrate it. You just say, look, this is what they did, and if you do this, this will be your fate. Ready, set, go. Boom. End of life.
He literally doesn't say it. It's the guy sitting next to him. It's the guy sitting next to him that recommends that 12 would be an appropriate age, which I think is absolutely insane. I don't agree with that. But again, it wasn't Charlie who said it. Bruja, I asked you that because I was called racist by the Bree that sits on Petty's side. And then Petty, in all of these clips, is making it about race. And the statement I made earlier was, I think that it's absolutely embarrassing and diabolical that the first thing that they go to, and I see it from many creators on here, is that everybody's racist, and somehow race gets brought into it. It's like their number one argument. Or if they don't agree with you, now you're racist. Let me let you listen to this clip. So the lady who called me racist, she called me racist because I've done a part 3 series on Petty's word salad and his projection of hate towards this Charlie Kirk situation, and it is. She called me racist. Where is the video where she actually says it? She says that I don't like coloreds, is what she says. And then I asked her, if I did something to make her feel that way. Did I say something? Did I do something? Like, is there something that I did that made you feel that way? She couldn't answer. Later on in the night, this is what she says.
Hell.
And the rape?
And honestly, I want your honest opinion. And I'm only asking you because I just played a clip of you in Petty's box, and you bring up something that's similar. So I want your honest opinion. Now, this is Bree from Petty's side.
Sometimes it just be, listen, talking about like I know about Black history, but talking about Black history, it really fucking like it is. So I try to stay away from it. Do I know about my history? Do I study about my history? Yes, not to y'all. Sometimes I be looking at like stuff and like that happened in the past and be ready to just go out. And now I'm being mean to the first YT person I see, and I don't want to do that. So I try not to look at it.
Like, that, I don't know. It has me feeling some type of way. I feel like it's being used as a weapon. I feel like she's not only doing it, but Petty's doing it as well. That was literally like an hour after she called me that.
Hello.
Hi.
The subject of race, I feel, always gets a little murky because you never want to tell a marginalized community how to feel about anything. And I think that's what some parties are feeling when it comes to this, because at the end of the day, I'm going to publicly say this: no one deserves to lose their life. Period. Period. But, and I say this, it's hard for people to show compassion to someone who they feel, and I'm going to say they feel, perpetuated hateful rhetoric towards that community. And I think that's what's going on right now.
See,
Just a thought. I'm not trying to get up here and argue with nobody,
no,
but
I get it. I guess where I struggle with it, so it's two parts. So first of all, they make YT people like me even be afraid to even get educated. Like, we don't even want to talk about it because the first wrong thing we say, I didn't even say anything. In my opinion, I've asked the lady multiple times, did I say something to offend you? Did I say something direct? Have I done anything? Like, what did I do to make you call me that? And she couldn't answer my question. So it like puts fear where, like, I feel bad. I don't think that we should be put in a position to fear because I'm not that. So do you understand what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
I understand, and I understand both parties, because as a Black woman, I understand. But also, I have traveled the world and lived outside of my community, so I understand other people's point of views. I do understand. It's all murky and it's all just complicated. And the word ra- I don't know if I could say it on your platform, the R word, it gets thrown out so freely that when it comes to things actually being that, it holds no power to me. It holds no power.
yes.
Like, Not everything is the R word, and then some things definitely are the R word. And you have to understand, MJ, this man to some communities did a lot of harm. And when they see YT people
See, and
sympathizing with that, and I say they, when they see that, it makes them think, oh, you must believe in the rhetoric that he believed in.
But
You
here's
get
the
what I'm
thing.
saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing. So at first I was like, okay, like because I've watched a lot of Charlie Kirk, and I was like, okay, well, did I like miss something? Did I like was there a debate where like something extreme happened? So I did my research, and I'm going through these debates, and then I'm watching all these debates, and he's debating black adults, black kids, like having full out debates, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, I don't see, like, I guess I don't see it. He's I don't know. He's
Right.
straightforward. He
Now,
asked the kid a question,
mm-hmm.
and I said this earlier. He asked this kid a question. You'd have to listen to the full debate to get like what the kid was asking, but Charlie said, "What opportunities do I have that you don't have?" And then it threw me back into what she said. Well, I study my history and it upsets me and it makes me want to attack the first YT person. And then I go into 6 more debates and I just don't see it.
I think the problem is that maybe his words didn't come off. I don't even want to say it's the people who take his words and they turn it into hate, and then that gets tagged onto him. You know what I'm saying? So
He's very straightforward and I feel like they misunderstand him because he's just straightforward. It's not like a sugarcoat, you know?
I get it, but that's your perspective as a YT woman. I'm gonna view and hear something totally different than you. You know, because you don't have the same experience as I have. And me, even as you in the LGBT community, I don't have the same experiences as you. You know?
But they're quick to call us that F slur. That I have videos of that from 2-3 days ago where that word was just thrown the fuck out.
I don't know nothing about that.
Like,
I don't know nothing about that.
So I feel like they're using it as a weapon, and like you're right. I am YT, and I don't and will never understand that experience. I
Right.
just know how I am, and I know how it makes me feel, and I'm sure that it makes a lot of different people feel that way. That it puts us in fear to even want to educate about it. It makes us not want to talk about it at all, and I feel like we should. For
I
the
mean,
people that
if we
aren't,
want to have these conversations and get through things, we need to have these uncomfortable conversations, even if we disagree with each other, and we need to have them respectfully without all the name calling and the this and this and that. I may not agree with you, MJ. I don't agree with the things that Charlie Kirk said, but I can respectfully come up here and say, this is what I think without resorting to name calling. And maybe you can learn something from me and I can learn something for you. But I just heard that my name was mentioned and I'm like, hold up, because I did get up on that panel and I wasn't mentioning anything. I was just saying, hey, compassion. We need to have compassion for these things as well. And it is crazy that there was a pew pew shooting, there was a pew pew with the kids, and that was mentioned, that was not mentioned. It's unfortunate. It's a lot of
That's the
things.
thing though, Bruja. It was. So I was at home. I did do a live that day, and we were literally flipping back and forth news channels. Everybody's keeps saying it like it wasn't as heightened or whatever. It was on the news. I think what happened to Charlie was very public on a college campus, traumatic, and a very like ongoing. It's happening now. They're looking for him. Like it was fucking traumatic. I don't know if you've seen the video.
Nope, I don't watch stuff like that. You know me, I don't do that.
So
Um,
like in
so
my case, it was sent to me unwarranted. Like I opened it and didn't even know what I was about to watch. Traumatic as fuck. But again, both were on the news.
CK, Lily Joe, let me say, just because CK said it, that makes his words true. No, but there are radicals out there that do listen to this man. And the Pew Pure was also radicalized. So yes, freedom of speech, yes, all the way. I believe in that. But people need to understand he was a powerful man, and the things that he said, it impacted people, whether in a good way or a negative way. So we have to always be careful of what we say because it can harm people. Whether you believe it or not, it does. There's some kid out there right now who listened to him and took what he said wrong, and now he's into, some neo Yahtzee propaganda. Even though Charlie didn't say that, that's how he took it. You understand? So power of speech is very, very powerful. The tongue is very, very powerful.
And honestly, and I respect your opinion. I respect the most that you have that humanity. But like in watching these Petty's clips, I feel like Petty has projected more hate in 6 4-minute clips than Charlie Kirk ever did. The shit that I've heard, I don't know if you've heard this one or not. That like mine, I am struggling to understand. Like I'm struggling to put it together. So who decides what's affecting who and who has more hate? Because I feel like the shit that Petty's spewing is what's making it go the way that it's going. And if you look up the last 10 mass pewings and you look at the history of the shooters, I mean, like,
Eddie, yo.
Sorry, my son is sunning.
where is, I'm looking for my video. Here we go.
How those women sat through that with his stance.
You are a better woman than me, because if anybody willingly went to go see a man like that, I ain't got sympathy for them seeing that. They all deserve to get like that.
Well,
I don't feel bad for them that they had to see that. They should probably be next.
Well, maybe we'll change his stance on abortion. He has a baby daughter that he sat on one of his little TED Talks and told a lady straight to her face that if his daughter was raped, then that baby would be a miracle from God. And
So we
he
heard
would make
the same thing.
he would make his daughter carry that baby.
But Charlie doesn't care though.
Zero sympathy
Charlie
for
doesn't
me.
care.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No.
No, but
Maybe
God.
his daughter won't have to grow up with a father that is not going to support her now in case something happens to her when she gets older and she finds herself in a situation. Like On Board said, and if you're a woman that has daughters, fuck you too.
What?
Like, I can't see it in one debate. I can't see out of all the shit he's debated, like the hate, that message is making more of a negative impact on people than Charlie's message ever could, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm not up here to sway your opinions,
Yeah.
and I don't expect you to sway mine. Um, this event really is going to change things, whether people think so or not.
Yeah.
And it's not going to do it in the way that people thought. I say this all the time. People ask for revolution, but y'all not really ready for it. I can tell by how y'all acted with this situation. You guys are 100% not ready for it.
What do you mean by that?
Instead of fighting over how we feel about Charlie Kirk, right? The bigger problem is gun control. That's just my opinion. And we're not ready to talk about the bigger issues as to why that even happened to that young man, because somebody was able to get a pew pew.
Mental health. I can tell you right now, it's mental
That too. I was getting to that.
Yeah.
Mental health too is also very important. So instead of talking about those issues like mental health, and especially mental health in men, okay, it's very, very important to get mental health for men. Today I want y'all to ask y'all male friends, your fathers and sons and brothers, how they are today, because it is really, really hard to be a man out there, especially with so much toxic masculinity out there. So that's what I mean by that. Instead of tackling the questions of like, okay, this happened to this young man. Now, what can we do to solve these problems? It turned into something else. So
Well, I think it's going to go in stages, right? Because it's fresh. It's traumatic and it's fresh and it's frustrating seeing people lack humanity. And, you
Well,
know,
we've
so
we've
that's,
been lacking humanity, MJ. I
well,
mean, I know you've seen the pictures of the children in Gaza.
I mean, right here on our own soil, look at how people acted when the floods happened in Texas.
100%.
You know, like,
100%. We've been lacking humanity, but I think it's
yeah.
so jarring because we don't see the children in Gaza as it happens. We didn't see that flood as it happens. We saw this. They saw this. So I think that's why it's so jarring to people because we don't see, the things, the terrible things that haven't happened in real time. We don't see them. But because this happened and we saw it, it's it's a big thing and
Yeah, it
it's
is.
just terrible.
And
And I,
so I was gonna finish playing the clip. I'm gonna have to go back through and see what Petty finished saying, what Charlie said about pew pews, and see if he actually responded to that truthfully. Because so far he's
okay.
quoted a lot of stuff
Well,
that's not. But
I'm gonna get down and finish cooking my
yeah,
meal. I just wanted to come up because I heard that I was mentioned, and I don't think I said anything. I was just like, "Where's the humanity for everything?" Um,
yeah, like I said, you mentioned something about like the racism thing, or why is it that
oh,
people of color or something like that, and I
I
said
do agree with
likewise.
that. I do. Why is it, we are expected to, always have sympathy for things and, coddle. I do believe that. I do. We are always expected to turn the other cheek. We are.
See,
And
and I don't think I don't.
but I'm speaking from my point
Yeah,
of view,
yeah.
how I feel. I don't put that on you.
I don't think the main argument that I've heard is that people aren't looking for, like, I saw a clip and it was perfect. Like, you don't have to feel sad. You don't even have to feel sympathy.
But don't celebrate it.
Correct. It's just the humanity part of it, and that's the part that Petty has completely lacked.
Okay.
Completely. You know? So I thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Have a good one, MJ.
You too. Come on. Yeah, I want to see if he finishes. If he, fuck, I gotta find that clip again. I want to see if he finishes that conversation with the correct answer, but now I don't remember what video it was.
Take it up for nobody. Don't get me wrong. But Laval, if you haven't been here and known what all happened in this platform last,
I'm listening. Hey, I'm here.
How can you be your brother in Christ if say
Don't spread misinformation by misquoting him or having the entire context. Yeah, that I've been huge on that. I've been huge on that because that's what everybody's doing. It's like they take a chunk of his message and that's what they retain.
individual?
Like, I don't know. Would it be tokenizing? Would it be tokenizing? See, this is where we're afraid to talk about it, and I think that's bullshit. Would it be tokenizing to say that his best friend was literally Candace Owens? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand where the R word falls into play with that. Like, what at this point, what do we have to do to be that? Because what we read in the history books is not. I don't know.
Only believed in white Christianity, white Christianity. Is that?
I went to a private Christian academy. I'm still going to be your friend.
Charlie suggests children to watch public executions.
See, and we just listened to that clip, and Petty, I got to tell you, I did not hear that at all from Charlie Kirk. We played the 2 minute, we played the 40-second version, and it was the kid sitting next to him. It was the kid that was sitting next to him that recommended 12-year-olds, and Charlie never, that I see in that clip. And if somebody's got a different clip, send it to one of my mods and they'll get it to me, and I'll listen to it.
week, today was a day to sit back and read the room. It wasn't about coming up here, bringing it up again.
Shit, that clip ended. So he never, He never got to the point. Was anybody over there that was watching, did anybody see what his response was or what he said that Charlie had said about the pew pew and why he felt we should have them? Because if his answer wasn't to protect ourselves from a tyrannical government, then Petty, you're loud and wrong again. That should have been your answer, because that was Charlie's answer. So if that wasn't your answer, loud and wrong.
And starting over, because last week was heavy as hell on everybody. Today was a day to read the room.
But Duval, that doesn't hurt anybody. Like, you want to be in your feelings, you want to be in your emotions, fine, do that. But and when you block him, I have the same sentiments. You can block me too. At the end of the day, nobody is saying that we're happy that that happened to that man. We're just saying we don't care. We're not crying. We're not boo-hoo. We're not.
So you don't care, but you have expectations of what everyone else should care for, is the message you're sending. You don't care, and that, again, that goes against everything, that goes against every single thing that Charlie believed in. You have an expectation that you yourself can't uphold. That's hateful. That means that you don't believe in humanity because you run a narrative on what you feel like you should care about or what you don't. Does that make sense? Am I making sense or am I word salad? Let me know. If I'm word salad, I'll stop word salading, but that's what it's giving to me.
Not boo-hoo sad over here. Because guess what? If it happened to me, that motherfucker probably would have had a party.
Ma'am, you are fueled with hate from like preconceived fucking notion, ma'am. That is an insane statement. You are 110% instilling hate and fear into people. I'm going to reset really quick. We'll be right back. I'm going to leave it on this clip and I'll play that again. Follow me if you haven't. I'm going to reset. I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. I'm resetting, hitting live again. I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. I'm resetting, hitting live again.